Xtreme fans back with part 3. We're almost done with my top 100 favorite video games ever. This video we're going to talk about my top games from 50 to 26. Again, this was a hard list for me to make. If you're ready, we'll get started. And I will have a complete series up today because I figured I don't want to keep everybody in suspense of what videos, games made my list of my favorites. So let's get started. Coming in at number 50 is... Oh, I messed up, sorry. Number 50 is WWE Day of Reckoning, the best GameCube game of wrestling. You don't have that, you need to get it. It's a classic game and it's a bad to the bone game. It really is better than any of the Smackdown vs. Raw series. And by the way, none of those games made my list. WWE Day of Reckoning is a bad to the bone game. Just like this game, number 49 is The Punisher, one of the best comic book games / movie titles ever made. It was a very gruesome game. It really will send chills up your spine. The violence in this game was intense, and it was a badass game. Number 48, NFL Xtreme, a wild game. It is one of the best football titles ever made. Number 47, WWF Raw for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. It really was one of the strongest titles for the systems in the World Wrestling Federation. Number 46, Mario Tennis. You don't have to be a fan. This was one of the sports titles of Mario, and it really was made for Mario fans. Even though it's for not fans of tennis, it was a terrific game. Sorry, just checking up on something. Where was it? Oh yeah, 45 is Transformers 2004. The title that was simply titled Transformers. It was based on Transformers Armada. And it was before War for Cybertron. It was a great Transformers game. It was a Transformer game that did not suck. The only thing that did suck about it was the fact that it only had 3 characters you could play with, but still, it was a bad to the bone game. Beautiful graphics. It was a near perfect Transformers game. Number 44 is Looney Tunes Racing, a very underrated title. It was a kart racing game, and it was with the Looney Tunes characters, and it was just a fun, cartoony game. Oh, the Looney Tunes are legends. Number 43, Alias, based off the television show starring Jennifer Garner. The game could have been made a lot better, but still, it was a terrific. It was a challenging game, but it really brought up a challenge. Such as number 42, Star Fox 64, a terrific title. It was kind of like a sequel to Star Fox, but it was an original title, and it was a terrific game. Such as number 41, Super Mario 64, one of the launch titles for the Nintendo 64. And Mario is a legend. This was a beautiful game. It was a phenomenal game. Number 40, WWE Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain. Many will argue this was the best of the Smackdown series, and I kind of have to agree, but it was a very strong title. All the Smackdown games were strong titles. Number 39, Gran Turismo 3 X-Back. It was a fun racing title, and graphics were great on the PS2, and it was just a bad to the bone video game. If you don't have it, you need to check it out. Number 38, WWF Smackdown, just bring it. The only bad thing about this game was the commentary. It was a piss poor commentary, but the graphics and gameplay were pretty intense. So that's number 37, Crash Team Racing. It was a fun kart racing game. It was kind of like an answer to Mario Kart, but I think Mario Kart's a little better, but this one was actually very good. So this is number 36, is Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 64. It was the first of the series, and it was a very, very fun game. Such as number 35, Burnout Legends. A great PSP title, and it's a fun game where you can just take any car you want and go crush anything your way. And it was a fun game. One of my favorite games, and I know I'm going to get mixed feelings about this game, but still, I love this game. It was number 33, Super Play Action Football. It was Tecom, Tecmo, I believe, made this title, and it was a very fun title. It had all the NFL teams on it, and it was a bad to the bone game. My favorite basketball game is number 32, NBA Jam, an arcade style game from Midway. It's just a terrific basketball game. Many fun games on here. My favorite team to use on this game was the Minnesota Timberwolves. One of my brothers always used the Chicago Bulls. It was a fun game. In Super Play Action Football, by the way, my favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys to use in that game, because I'm a Cowboys fan. Number 31 is WWE Smackdown, Shut Your Mouth. A terrific wrestling title, and it was a great game overall. It's one of the best reasons to have a PS2 at the time, and it was just one of the greatest games ever. I love this game. Sorry, I was just thinking to myself. Sorry. Anyway, number 30 is Mario Golf. This is the only golf title I'll ever like, because it was Mario, and it made the game of golf fun. It just basically proves that Mario can make any game fun. Number 29, Mario Party 4. I like the Mario Party series. I kind of like a lot of them, so I had to pick one making this list, so I picked Mario Party 4. Number 28, the best in the Twisted Metal series, Twisted Metal Black. This game was dark, rated M, violent, and it was just badass. Number 27, Madden NFL 98. This is the only Madden title that made my list, and my favorite in the series. It's a fun game, great graphics at the time, and it was a very good football game. Number 26 is NFL Street, a great arcade style football game where you get many of the NFL stars and go out there and have some fun. And there was no rules, you just played it street style. This is part 3. Get ready for part 4, and let's see what games made the top 25.